Hi, everyone. Welcome. I am Violette Ayala, the founder of FemCity, and you're joining us for a three-part series that we've done throughout today. This is our last part. I'm waiting for the ambulance to go by. Today, we're going to talk about how to reconnect to yourself. So earlier today, we talked about forgiveness, moving past things that have happened, stories that we keep telling ourselves. We also did a segment on how to close chapters to make space for a new space for new opportunities. And then now we're going to go ahead and talk about how to reconnect to yourself. What we have, or what I have noticed, is during the pandemic, we've had a lot of members that have kind of like lost that connection to themselves. Since we are at the 6-month mark of 2022, meaning we have 6 months until the end of this year, we want to go ahead and do this segment right now so that you can start tracking to make sure that you're on task. You can reconnect to your alignment, to what your greatness is, and readjust your schedule, your commitments, your priorities so that you can have a really great 2022. So I've invited these three beautiful women from our FemCity Global program. I love them all so much. We get to work together very closely, which I love. And they're going to join us today for the conversation. If you're watching us live, feel free to ask questions, pick their brain, share what you need to share. We're here for you. Collectively, we want your success. We want to see you thrive. We want to see you get all your goals created and knocked out by the end of 2022. If you're watching the replay, you have not missed the conversation. You can reach out to any of us. You can tag us, direct message us if you'd like, but we want to be here for you. So please feel free to reach out to us. All right, let's go ahead and get started. We have Dr. Laura. Dr. Laura, can you share a little bit about you? I follow you on Instagram, love everything you post, by the way. Share a little bit about yourself for those femmes that don't know you.
Of course. Hello, everyone. I am Dr. Laura. I am a functional medicine doctor. I serve as a consultant and health strategist for busy, driven female entrepreneurs. And really, my mission is to help educate you about your body and what's actually going on in there so you can reconnect your mind and your body and reconnect to yourself, which is why I'm so excited about this topic today.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect. And Dr. Laura, I follow her on Instagram, and I've made some changes in my life because of her. So I'm really grateful for all of her wisdom that she shares. Let's go to Janet. Janet, share a little bit about yourself as well. Oh, I can't hear you. Let me see.
Because I was muted.
Go again. Go
I'm Janet. I am an intuitive life coach who helps women connect to their souls, to the universe, and to where they want to go with ease and flow.
Awesome. And an author. I have your book.
And an author.
Have her book. Thank you so much, Janet. And Sarah Sparks.
Hello, loves. I am Sarah Sparks. I'm a highly sought after spiritual business advisor with Create a Spark. I am a farm-raised, college-educated, former local government employee turned business owner who's no longer ashamed of her spiritual woo-ness. I align the soul of one's business with the business of one's soul, meaning their soul's calling with the energy of the business. And yes, that does actually exist. And I just believe that we have limitless power to live the life that our soul really, truly came here to live. And I help you tap into that.
Love it. You can see how much I love all three of you. Thank you so much. I love this group already. Okay, so let's dive in. You know that I love action steps. I know you all love action steps as well. We can talk about all the things we need to do, but at the end of the day, we need to know how to do that. What are those action steps that will get us to where we need to be? So Dr. Laura, what is your number one tip for those femmes that are looking to tweak the way that they're connected to themselves or revisit? They kind of just want to make sure that they're connected to who they are so they can move forward and finish the year really strong.
Yeah, so this one might be a little uncomfortable for some of you to wrap your head around, but the biggest thing that I see in clients who have success with reconnecting to themselves as busy adults dealing with the stress of the world is getting back to a space of creativity and play. You know, we look at kids during stressful times and we think, oh, kids bounce back, they're so resilient. But we also look at what they do every day. Kids are encouraged to play, to draw, to learn, to really tap into that side of our human nature. We kind of tend to lose that as we move into adulthood. We're working all the time. But I think especially during times of stress, if we can reconnect to that, maybe it's taking an art class, maybe it's taking a dance class, something that moves energy through your body, allows you to get that playfulness. Get on the floor and playing with your kids. It sounds like such a simple thing, but it really lets you reconnect to yourself on a much deeper level, and really connects like mind, body, and brings up feelings of joy. It reduces stress and cortisol. So yes, we all want that after the last couple years. And it's fun to do, right? Like we think of stress relieving activities. The last thing we want is a big to-do list. Like, oh, I have to do all these to de-stress, when the reality is we can spend 10, 20, 30 minutes moving our bodies and playing, no matter how old we are.
I love that. And it's interesting. When I first started FemCity, it was during the time of like startups, and the culture at the time and the messaging was you have to grind to the ground. You have to hustle like till you are exhausted. If you really want to be taken seriously, that's what you have to do. And I remember doing that for so many years. And I know all three of you know this story, but just falling apart because you cannot. And I love that now societies, I feel like it's normalizing taking Fridays off, walking your dog between meetings. I love that we now have these hybrid components of like working from home is now normalized. I love that you mentioned that, because that whole story is so unhealthy of like grinding and, working until you collapse so that you can be taken seriously. Like, I think that's so, I just love that you're sharing, like, just spend time out there having fun, taking the days off, taking a weekend off, not working on the weekends, because you will come back happier with everyone around you. You'll make more money because your energy is just lighter. So I love that we kicked it off with that tip. And we also have some love that came through. So, oh my God, my favorite people. Thank you so much. My favorite people too. And then find your inner child. So love that. Love that. All right, let's go to Janet. Janet, what is your number one tip?
So for me, it's all about love. So your connection to the universe is love. Your connection to your soul is love. Everything is about love and leading with love. So take a moment, close your eyes, be quiet. It doesn't take long. And remember what love feels like. Whether you think about, snuggling with your dog or snuggling with your kid or your partner or whatever, just remember and let that feeling of love fill you up. Surround yourself with people that you love who will remind you who you are. And you can connect to yourself again that way. And sort of following up on what Dr. Laura said, do things that you love throughout the day. Remember to take that time to do whatever it is. If it's play the piano or dance around the living room or put on your favorite song, just do things that make you feel good, that you love to do. So.
Yeah, I love that. I love love. I get super filled with anxiety. And that's from my childhood. Like sometimes I go through these bouts of like anxiousness. And what I do is I picture the word love hovering over my head and I allow it to just kind of fall through. I don't know if that makes sense, like going through my soul and clearing out all the anxiousness. But I envision it like in sparkly letters, or I envision it with like, rainbow colors, or just something that's happy. And that always works. That love is just like, if you just go back to that place, it does make you feel so much better. So I love that tip.
Yeah. One of my favorite visualizations is to be like wrapped in pink cotton candy.
Yes. I love that. All right, Sarah, what is your number one tip?
I woke up this morning and Spirit gave me this message and I was like, oh, I guess it was on my subconscious, this talk. So it is, remember this, you are never disconnected. It is an illusion that ego wants you to think so you can be distracted and then go down a rabbit hole of why you got disconnected in the first place. Why did I do this? Why did I do that? What's wrong with me? The action to take is place your hand on your heart, relax your shoulders, unclench your jaw, breathe in and out, and repeat this phrase. I am always connected to me. I am here, I am.
Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. So delicious. Thank you, Sarah. All right, let's go ahead and share final tips. So Dr. Laura, what is your final tip?
My final tip about reconnection and reconnecting to yourself this summer is actually going to be a challenge. So I challenge each of you, and you can go post it in a FemCity group. Over this weekend, I want you to do one thing that has nothing to do with work, and that is you playing. So let the rest of us help you, hold you accountable, and support you. And I'm curious to see what everybody decides to do.
You know what, Dr. Laura, I'm going to take you up on that challenge. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the activity. I'm going to schedule it for tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern time for those that are in our Facebook group. I'm going to go ahead and do that as an activity. What's the one thing, how are you going to play this weekend? So I'll do that. I will schedule that.
Love it.
Love it. All right, let's go to, and you have some more love that came through. So inspiring, you beautiful ladies. And Sarah Sparks love and play. So lots of love, lots and lots of love. All right, let's go to Janet. What is your number one tip? Or final tip?
Tip is just start the day with love.
Yeah.
Whatever that is. If you wake up with somebody you love beside you, give them an extra snuggle. If you don't and you wake up alone, do something to love yourself.
Yeah.
Whether that's a visualization or, it doesn't matter, but start the day with love.
I love that. Yeah, set the tone for the day. If you start with love versus waking up and going, oh my gosh, it's Friday. I got to take the kids. You know what I mean? Like, which is, instead of doing all that, just starting in a calm way.
Mm-hmm.
Love that. And we also have some more love that came through from Andrea, who runs one of our FemCity chapters in New Jersey. I do play away and be present in the fun with the ones you are with. No guilt. Absolutely. That's the other thing, being present. Being present. Sarah, what is your final tip?
Be more dedicated to your soul than to your fear. By doing this, you need to listen to God's voice, divine guidance. And a client yesterday shared with me about Harriet Tubman. So I posted this on my Facebook page as well. If Harriet Tubman can escape slavery and return to bring 300 plus slaves to freedom by listening to God's voice, pretty sure you can have fun. You can reconnect with yourself. You can connect with that divine guidance, and you can build a 6-figure plus business by listening to God's voice. So you got this.
Yeah, I love that. And you have more love that came through. Leading with love. My girlfriend and I have been chatting about this. So beautiful. Thank you so much. That was so nice. I don't want this conversation to end. I've been saying that like the last 3 sessions that we've had. I'm like, I just don't want it to end. That was so wonderful. So I know that our femmes will probably want to get in touch with you. Dr. Laura, what's the best way for our femmes to stay connected to the work that you're doing?
Yeah, so I'm on both Instagram and Facebook under my name, Dr. Laura DeCesaris. I'm super active in my DMs, my private messages. So just reach out and would love to connect.
Beautiful. Thank you. Janet, how can femmes find you to stay connected to the work you're doing in this world?
You can find me on my website, which is just my name, janetsandberg.com, SANDBERG. And I'm on Instagram and Facebook at Janet Sandberg Intuitive.
Beautiful. And Sarah, what's the best way for them? Do you want me? You say it.
I know we always do this. sarahsparks.love.
Love it. Yeah. Sometimes I get mad at Sarah because I want to say it. So, let me say it. All right. Thank you so much, ladies. This was so beautiful. For those that are watching, will watch, we want to hear about your success. Please reach out to us. Let us know how these tips helped you. You have 6 months. 6 months to make it a more beautiful year than ever before. We also have a free bonus worksheet. If you head over to the members portal, there is a worksheet that I created. It's all about the 6 months. We did one at the beginning of the year that you guys loved. It was a 12-month plan. I'm breaking it down to 6 months so that you can kind of stay connected. So use all of this that we shared today and that worksheet to go ahead and guide you for the next 6 months. We can't wait to cheer you on. Come December 31st, we're going to celebrate all the successes that you've had. And thank you so much, ladies, for joining us. We wish you a great month of July. Bye.
Thank you.